Hi friends, a short video on when will India win the World Cup again. Well, it's a good question. Looking at how they performed in this match against Australia, we really feel the first chance that India can win the World Cup next time is we should not have Australia as the other finalist. So as long as Australia don't play the final, India definitely have a chance. And we also should hope that other teams play really well and defeat Australia. Probably if Afghanistan had defeated Australia, definitely we feel that Australia may not have been the number 2 team in this tournament. Probably they would have been met in semi-finals and India might have defeated them in semi-finals. Because in the finals, Australia a different team altogether. The other thing is we feel that at least should have a good amount of match winners in the Indian team. Not rely only on Rohit or Kohli. We should not have someone like Gumbaloda Govinda, that's what they say in Tamil. If one person performs, everyone else performs together, or else everyone falters together. So that's what happened in this World Cup match also. We need to have definitely good match winners and return of Rishabh Pant or Hardik Pandya in the team. The other way is what everyone has been saying so far is that this 50-over format is really very old. People have taken treated it like anything. So let us give up this format. So at least if this 50-over format is banned totally, I think we can prevent Australia from winning. At least even if we can't win, like what Congress is trying to do against the BJP. Okay, if we can't win, at least prevent Australia from winning the World Cup again. So that is one. But on a more serious note, a lot of astrologers had predicted that India would win the World Cup this time. But if I'm looking at what the planetary positions from astrology perspective is that both in 1983 and 2011, when India won the World Cup, the planet Saturn was in the exalted position. So for India, generally, Saturn's position does really matter a lot for prosperity. So in both these times, Saturn was in exalted position and India won the World Cup. So next time Saturn is going to go into exalted position is probably in the early 2040 time frame. So if next World Cup 2041 is what we feel, India have a really good chance of winning the World Cup. Until then, we just need to hope that India keep on performing really well. But again, on another serious note is that India should always defeat Australia in all formats time to time. It's not enough that you do bad in one format and try to do better in a different format. You should be consistent. You should defeat them in Test cricket, T20, 50-over matches. Always you should keep on defeating Australia. Otherwise, we can never hope of winning the World Cup again. You should be always the best. Give the best. That's what would really make it successful for India to ever dream of winning the World Cup again. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, short video on why India lost to Australia in this World Cup 2023 campaign. Well, first things first. So as soon as we saw India managed to score 240 runs, the writing was on the wall. So India were cruising along at least around 160 to 150 to 160 odd runs at the end of 30 overs. So in the 50-over format especially, what South Africans had really doctrine is that score at the end of 30 overs should be doubled. That's what makes your score really formidable. India should have done. There were at least 160 to 150, 160 odd runs at 30 overs. Definitely they didn't double that score. So as Australia started to bat, they needed only 80 runs less. Probably India had scored more than 300 odd runs. This match result would have been a lot more different. So that is one thing. And if you notice all along in this tournament, India were relying only on the heroics of both Kohli or Rohit Sharma. Sharma scored a lot of runs, and Rohit also scored a lot of runs. But again, if you notice the other batsmen, they didn't really come in the crunch situation. Gill used to get out shortly or used to play well only when Rohit was firing. So individually they never were tested. They didn't carry the brilliance. Even Rahul for that matter also. He was playing well with Kohli. He was not playing well alone. Like he was not proving himself to be a match winner. So that is what we felt, that India were relying on Kohli and Rohit a lot. And probably another thing is that India were never tested in this tournament subsequent to that. After the first match against Australia, India never were really cruising along. Even against England, they were out for only less than 270 odd runs or so. But they managed to defeat England by a huge margin. So it gave a lot of confidence for their bowlers and their batsmen also. And they didn't have a plan B, or they didn't look at what could have been better, improvise themselves. So that is one thing India really lacked. Probably if India had lost that first match against Australia, I think it would have done them a world of good. Probably if they had lost it, at least they would have had a plan B or what to do. Because if you had noticed, Kohli's catch was a sitter, it was dropped. Probably if had India been like 20 for 4, then we'd have seen what would have happened to India. Then we would have not have raised ourselves with high hopes. Of course, it was luck on. Kohli had a lot of luck at that time. And probably if India had lost that match by a huge margin, Australia scored only 200 odd runs. And had India lost that match by a margin of 150 odd runs, then we'd have at least Rahul Dravid would have had at least a plan B. What to do if all the batsmen fail? Since these, at least, if you look at all the matches so far, at least either Rohit or Kohli clicked big. They scored huge. So only in this match, they just got off near the 50s. If Rohit Sharma flopped in the beginning, Kohli took over and scored at least 100 or more than 80, 90 odd runs and held the innings together. Or if Rohit played well, Kohli flopped, but still since Rohit played well, everything went off well. So the team was not really tested. Plus, the absence of Hardik Pandya really impacted the team. Even though we didn't notice it when India won, but at least in this defeat, we feel that India lacked a genuine all-rounder in the form of Hardik Pandya. And we feel like it looked like more like a test match team. If you look at it, five bowlers, 5 batsmen, 1 wicket keeper. And really Shreyas Iyer, as usual, he didn't play well when really the situation demanded. See, the main thing is that's what the big match temperament or becoming big or peaking at the right time. That's what is very critical for any win. So none of the players really realized the situation or the pressure got better of them. But this is what we feel is the real reason. They didn't have a big match temperament. And again, signing Jadeja ahead of Surya Kumar Yadav also didn't help matters, because definitely Sky is a better batsman at least on paper than Jadeja. So sending him below Jadeja didn't work to the team's advantage, and they couldn't rotate a strike at all. See, in one day, if you remember, if you have seen Javed Miada, the ex-Pakistan cricketer who had played long ago, he would never really score too many boundaries. He'll be going on with singles and twos. So as long as he was there at the crease, the score would always be multiplying. Always rotate, just keep on rotating strike and unsettle the bowlers. So the Sky really failed on that front. Probably he's a more T20 player, it's only big hitting. So you don't need that art of scoring runs or singles is really not that much in T20, because number of balls are less, so you want to score boundaries or sixes. So that's what I think he was still trying, and he failed miserably. And 240 definitely is not enough on this wicket, and that's what we felt. And India were 80 runs less, and when Australia did start, if you notice in the first 50, when they scored 50 to 60 runs, the run rate was at least 5 runs per over at the end of more than 12 hours or something. Out of that, India conceded at least 17 extras, like 11 wides, 5 byes, and 1 no ball, I think 1 no ball. So definitely all these contributed to the defeat also, because you bowled 2 extra overs in the beginning of the innings. So when you bowl extra overs and allow the team to settle down, definitely it's not going to help matters. And what India didn't learn from New Zealand win also might have contributed to this defeat also. If you notice a New Zealand match also, New Zealand really, even though score lines were 70 odd runs, but the match was a lot more closer than what we really think. Because 70, after T20 tournaments, any defeat, any score of 70, 80 is not a big deal anymore. People are hitting sixes at every ball. So it's not a big deal anymore. So what we really felt was that the team didn't really plan well. And definitely they could have tried Ravi Ashwin also. Anyway, Siraj was not bowling really well, and with three left-handers in the Australian lineup, definitely an off-spinner would have been more than a handful. At least, even if he didn't score wickets or something, at least runs could have been considered less. And since at least on paper, Ashwin is a better batsman than Siraj, and looking at how Sky is playing, definitely would have at least played a lot more better than Surya Kumar Yadav, and that was not to be the case, of course, in this match. Definitely, Sky should be relegated to T20 tournaments and not anymore to 50 overs or test match cricket. He's one cut out for that. He's more of a T20 player, and that's what seems to be very obvious in this defeat also. So all along, India didn't really learn anything from their previous wins, and they never really tested. That's what we feel. Probably if they had lost that first match to New Zealand, it might have helped them, to Australia, it might have helped them a lot, probably to plan better and win the match. So main thing is, of course, success has many fathers, while failure is an orphan. Again, the Bombay Brigade dominating proceedings didn't help thing also. So unnecessarily Sky was kept in the team, even though he didn't score, make any impact or anything. And India tried to eschew risks. See, when Siraj has not been really shining in the last two matches, he should have been dropped and new players should have been tried out. Unfortunately, India didn't have that option also, because Hardik Pandya definitely doubles up as a good batsman and also a good bowler. And definitely that his injury became a big blow to the Indian team's hopes. Plus, of course, we can say Rishabh Pant also was not playing. Of course, he has been out of action for nearly a year or so. So even though Bumrah came back, but I think Rishabh Pant's absence is definitely hurting the team very badly. Probably definitely match winners like Rishabh Pant or Hardik Pandya or rare gems. And India need to click well as a team. See, when all good players are there, they should play together well and click. And unfortunately, in this match, it didn't happen. So when all the players didn't click together, and over-reliance on Kohli or Rohit to do the magic really didn't help the team that much is what we feel. Anyway, better luck India next time. But let's not have any more hopes of Indian team coming big on big tournaments. At least this defeat should serve as a reminder. Whenever India play well abroad on a tournament, we can always consider that they'll be defeated somehow in the finals. So never have any big hopes for the Indian team is what we feel. And on a side note, I feel that the IPL owners would be a lot more relieved after this defeat. Definitely, if had India won, the prices would have gone up. Again, auction will begin in the end of December, January time frame for next year's IPL. Everything will be forgotten. But again, they cannot fetch that much of a huge price is what we feel after this defeat. Had India won this World Cup, it would have been a different ball game altogether. But definitely that's not going to happen. That didn't happen this time. And again, Australia's vice-like grip on the World Cup really is not good for the cricket in general. So what is the cricket going to gain by if Australia wins? At least if India had won, they could have financed more countries. And definitely India did help Afghanistan's cricket grow. What did Australia do to the rest of the world whenever they won any match? Nothing. So definitely it would have been a lot more better if India had won. But again, India were not tested and they rested on their laurels. And too much of dependency on Kohli and Rohit proved to be their undoing. So definitely they need all-rounders, and injuries to key players has really impacted them very badly, and not ready to take any risks has really not helped. And again, in this final, almost all bowlers seem to have failed together. Of course, Bono took a couple of wickets, but still that's not enough. Shami bowled well last against New Zealand. So in this match, he didn't bowl well. So again, Jadeja was more concerned with going restrictive line and reducing consumption of runs. But again, so bowlers should be more incisive, and we can always blame the pitch. So then if the pitch is to be the cause, then why not have it as a day match? Why do you want to have a day-night fixture? I think ICC should look at it, and India need to look at that aspect also. If dew were going to be a big factor, why play games on a day-night match? Make it as a day. Also, other format I consider is similar to the IPL, where the winner there's an elimination also. So at least instead of one final, they have three matches, 1 and 2 semi-final, again an eliminator, and come back with 3 and 4. When whoever wins, they play against them, and they come. And similar to IPL, I think they should start that format. So that way, I think we can have a real winner, is what we feel. Anyway, all the best, India, at least next time. And let's not have any hopes going forward. Thanks for watching. Please wear your mask at all times. Don't go out unnecessarily. That's the way you can stop the spread of COVID. Thanks for watching. இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க. Thanks.